Hi, this is Bud Hall with comments from your Commodore for a grand and glorious year of 1983, while we look at some pictures from 1982. The Foothills Water Ski Club is again underway. Our 11th year at SodaLake. A great area for recreation for our member families and all of our guests. Here's one way of entering Soda Lakes from Hamden 285 West to Soda Lake Road. And here's a view of both the Little Lake and the Big Lake. Zooming in on our ski jump in the center of Big Soda. And we want to show you how to run a slalom course, courtesy of Joe Cassio, who leases the Little Lake, and an associate weekday member of the Foothills Water Ski Club. Notice the skier cutting to the far left. This is the proper way to do it. Getting ready to get the rhythm started by cutting back behind the boat through the boat buoy guides as the opening gate. Making the first buoy, the second, and the boat staying within the boat buoy guides. And here we go to the fifth buoy, and then the sixth, cutting back through the final boat buoy gates. That's how to ski the course. Our boats is going by now with one of its water skiers behind them. That's the Harold Loomis boat. There are some great water skiers in that family. We're looking at Soda Lake, which is 98.8 acres in dimension. Almost a 100-acre lake. Usually about 2 trips around, the skier has had a pretty good water ski. Here comes another boat down the lake now, and just up behind that boat is Red Rocks Amphitheater. Red Rocks is viewed very nicely from the rear of the boat looking backward. The water skier has a little difficulty trying to see our beautiful Red Rocks Park. And as the boat comes down, on its right-hand side is our slalom course, part of which is out on the end with an anchor right now that's got a cable missing on it. But the slalom course is there next to that boat. And in the background of Red Rocks, we have a nice background for Soda Lake. And so as we view Soda Lake, we view a lot of enjoyment by 40 full boating member families and 15 weekday boaters. My name is Bud Hall. I'm president of the Foothills Water Ski Club and leasee of Soda Lake for the past 10 years. For the first 8 years, we leased the lake from Soda Lake Finance Corporation. Mr. James R. Howell was president of that organization. For the last 2 years, Jefferson County has owned Soda Lake, and they are deeding it now to Lakewood, and Lakewood is hopefully in the near future going to make a recreational park out of this. In the meantime, we continue with our option to lease in the purchase agreement, and the Foothills Water Ski Club, because of its maintenance of the area, is pleased to continue that kind of maintenance and surveillance and security for the Lakewood, city of Lakewood. Next to me here is a monument that was erected by the Territorial Daughters of Colorado. It's on the site where pioneer settlers used to obtain soda ash for household uses. They did this during the time of Indian raids between 1864 and 1869. The monument has been at the gateway of our SodaLake and Foothills Water Ski Club for a number of years now, thanks to the Territorial Daughters of Colorado. And so as we go on into the lake now, we'll show you a few of the things that we do as members to maintain the security and the privacy of the lake, to keep it looking as good as it does, and to enjoy the recreational pursuits of all of those member families with a 4.2 family unit, plus all the friends and relatives and neighbors that do come out to utilize SodaLake on a very safe basis with the limitation of power boats that we do use. So we'll take you inside now and show you the rest of SodaLake and how it operates. Thank you. And so as we enter our main gate, we're reminded of a 25-mile speed limit. And as you'll see, we do have some narrow roads, and we like to at least acknowledge others present and those that are living currently in the bar operation. As we enter our inner gate, our sign says Foothills Water Ski Club members only, and we'd like to demonstrate with an excellent model in Burt Hall how to unlock the gate. The key, as you'll notice, remains in, as that gate key cannot be removed until the lock is relocked. And after we enter the lake, we relock it, as we'll demonstrate in a moment. Our sign reads, Lake Private, no trespassing. Our membership filled through 1984. At least that's what we had hoped. No fishing, swimming. The Water Ski Club appreciates your cooperation, and we want everyone to have a nice day, so come watch if you'd like to. We do have to control our inner gate in order to keep people from venturing in. So we relock that gate, removing the key. And as Bert will demonstrate to you, or show you in a minute, there are actually 2 locks on there now. We used to have more. One is the ditch rider, and we have to lock in the circle so that he too can gain access if necessary. There are about 15 people living in that bar operation right now, and with they and their guests this summer that'll probably come out to frequent what they think may be their lake, we'll have to keep an eye on it. On days when we can, we do leave our gate open. When we have a lot of people coming and going, there is an ease of access, but we do all have to keep an eye on the strangers coming in that might not be quite compatible with our interests in securing Soda Lakes. This area now has changed a little bit. And here's our sign going across the dam road, Commodore Hall's Highway. We ask that you keep it in mind and look before you cross. It is a narrow 1-lane road. Make sure no one's coming the other way, especially with a boat. As we enter our area, our registration office and our 3,000-gallon gas tank underground gives us a nice convenience for getting our gas when we need it. And here's where all members and guests should register as they enter. The member signs in the number of guests. And as we round the corner, our storage shed where we keep our jump skis and other items of need, and our little outdoor facilities. Our woodshed where we like to keep the wood, and the parking area where we like to keep trailers parked. And many people do come up, leave trailers on their car. Gets a little congested, as you'll see, for others to park. This was Labor Day, 1982. And as we do enter, and here comes a familiar vehicle and boat, we do ask that all members do sign in. And Gene Sass is going to show us how to do that right now. Go get 'em, Gene. Before we launch, then we don't forget, that record does tell us who is coming and going, and there is a need from time to time to know the first in and the last out. That gives us a record. And here come the Kewicks, John and Erna Kewick, getting ready to launch. They pulled up, ready to back in, but first they register. We've even got a time clock to show you that it really doesn't take very long to do so. Sign in with the number of members in the family and guess. And there's Karen, a little on the bashful side. Mom brought her over. Thanks, Irma. Now Erna and John are launching that boat, backing it off the trailer, and being careful not to hit other boats. The wind was blowing that day, and it's a little hard to stay clear, so here goes John heading across the lake to that southeast beach. Whoops! Watch the Lovejoy boat. Almost got you, Ron and Bobby. A miss. And now a drive over to the southeast beach. Here's how we do the gas fill. And Gene Sass is unlocking that lock, which cannot be relocked until that key is removed. Then we pump the gas and then make a record of that gas fill on the gas ticket inside. This is very important and has created a few problems when some people have forgotten and we need to look for where the gas is. The time involved is unbelievable when you're looking for someone who overlooked filling out a gas ticket, and this is the way we do it. The name and the date, sometimes the time we got that gas. Then we enter it on the registration sheet as a double check. We make out our check for the amount of gas we purchased, put it with the hard copy, and drop it in the slot. The soft copy you keep as your record. Thank you, Pat and Jean. We appreciate it. Go launch that boat and have a good day. And here's Sue Spar. She's coming in. Whoops, watch that foot, Sue. And Judge Dan Spar getting ready to fill their gas tank. And in this case, it was on departure, and many members do fill up on the way out instead of on the way in. And here we are, having fun at the lake. Limiting the windsurfers a little bit when there's heavy boating. Let's be sure we keep that restriction in mind. In fact, always keeping in mind consideration of others. Remember, too, to keep those docks cleaned up and neat, putting skis back where they belong in between skiing so someone doesn't trip over them. The cleanliness of dock areas and the use of owners' docks by non-dock owners, let's leave them the way we found them so that our Foothills Water Ski Club and Soda Lake looks good all the time. Our northwest beach area and our west shore, where they have to enter from the other side after launching their boat from SodaLake Road, the drive-in to camp. And here comes our friend Kenny Lovejoy. Move over, Kenny. We can't see you. That's better. Are you ready to go ski, Kenny? Good. And Kenny did ski. But here's another skier, and watch him go down. Don't forget to put up the skier down flag. A good, safe practice all the time. And then, of course, we always have fun every year on our April 1st water ski. Come hell or high water, we'll be there, and we've had some good ones the past 11 years. Coming up next. April 1st water ski at Foothills Water Ski Club.
I don't know.
Tired?
Cold.
It is cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Lisa, how come you haven't skied yet?
Cold.
Have you skied yet today?
Sure. I skied before you got out here, bud.
Oh, well, at least somebody got in early.
I wish you'd have been here. It was great.
Well, I want you to do it again so I can get you
I had
on
my
camera.
Bob the Duck costume on.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I want you to put it on again so I can get you on film. We'll show it at our meeting the 18th of April. Camera, sir.
Smile, Tom. It's not often you're on the other end of the camera.
Steve, I want to get you on the camera, too, so we can show you at our water ski club when we have our meeting.
Show that people are still alive and well after this is all over with?
Yes, that's excellent. I'm pleased that you're able to give us a few official comments.
That I can actually smile
from
after
an
all this
official
is
and
over.
leading
You may never see me here again, I will tell you that.
from a leading
It's great
TV
this summertime.
station.
Come out and see us.
I will say this, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I can say
Channel?
that now that it's over with and I'm high and dry.
Channel 4, the best in Denver.
Oh, number one. I gotta do like they always do, like this.
Right. And so as we enjoyed an April 1st with some pretty good water skiers and some pretty good workers at the club, our good friend Ed Jansen from the Lakewood Police Department doing his thing. Ed, you're getting pretty good at that. Skis, and I sure wish I'd gotten you.
You've already got me in my falls.
No, I didn't. I didn't have the camera ready.
Well,
But
that's
you-
the first time I
you
did
look
it,
great.
Bud. First April Fool's Day.
That's super. Glad you did it. Let's snow skiing. And there goes our Channel 4 newscaster, Steve Alvarez, packing up after a interesting and different day on April 1st. You'll see him shortly in our special newscast. Where's that, Gene? Get up there. Get up there by the fire. I understand you guys came out and water skied and brought this whole crew with you this morning. And you skied before we got here.
Yes, we did.
Well, that's fantastic. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, enjoy to the fullest.
Are you ready to go again?
You bet.
Gene tells me he's going out and go double.
Oh, why not? You only live once. If you live it right, that's enough.
That's right.
I got food in my nose.
You're not going, Gene? You refuse to go? You refuse to go?
No, he's our boat driver.
And so as we warm by the fire and look at the cars that were there today, here's one that Kelly Lovejoy wants to show you. Watch the jump he gets on things. And Kelly, keep it down a little, will you? That thing gets noisy on occasions. A fun day and a cold day. Don Washko, go get 'em. And that's a cold plunge. And a few people got a little chilly that day. Bert, you look cold, Bert. No, I'm not. Okay. The fun times at SodaLake. And here's Pat Walsh warming up before the big water ski. Pat, you've left the fire, and now you're ready to jump off the deep end. Do you have anything to say before you depart with Mr. Ed Jansen for this infamous ride around SodaLake on April 1st, 1983?
To practice his jumping this year, he's going to jump Bud's dock.
Well, how neat. I think that's fantastic. We'll get a shot of this with your skeg dragging across my carpet, and I'll get a picture of the repair when you make it. And here we are before Pat skis, picking up a boat that floated away. Let's tie 'em up good. Don Washko, how did you let that happen? Ed Jansen didn't charge much for that taxi service. You're welcome, Don. And if you don't think it was cold, get a look at that. Snow on the foothills. Go get 'em, Pat. Snow on the docks.
Is that a little chilly, Mr. Walsh?
What?
Is that a little chilly?
Yes. Very.
Come on up and get warm by the fire.
And as Pat comes up to get warm by that fire, we get ready for a Channel 4 newscast done by Steve Alvarez on April 1st, and probably a very memorable occasion for all of us. With our pennant flag flying, Foothills Water Ski Club. Ron Zappola and Steve Alvarez, we're waiting. Go get 'em.
Annual April Fool's Day ski party. And despite snow flurries and water temperature of 35 degrees, some 30 skiers went right at it. Now, what drives someone to water ski on a day like this?
April Fool's Day, it just seems like an ideal time.
You gonna be back next year?
Oh yeah, be back every year.
This is my first April 1st.
Yeah.
And if I'm sick tomorrow, I'll have second thoughts. I don't think so.
If you have second thoughts, maybe the night before?
No, probably the night after.
This is the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Cool. Little April Fool's joke there. Of course, that was none other than Steve Alvarez, as George said, the only man that would go water skiing from News Center 4 today. He will have more on his ventures Sunday night on Sports Extra with Jeff Hullinger at 10:35 coming up.
Be fun.
Tonight, here, and as charming as it has been tonight, it's not hard to think about skiing. That is, unless you took off your snow tires last night, but I guess that's another story, one I don't think we're going to cover here. Of the three guys we have on our sports staff, only one admits to liking skiing, or liking to cover it for that matter. So when Steve Alvarez volunteered to do this story, little did he know that he soon would become, yes, a statistic.
You know, when somebody called me the other day and invited me to an April Fool's Day ski party, well, I grabbed my skis and said, let's go. After all, it's a pretty nice spring day, about 40 degrees. There's plenty of snow. This ought to be fun. Okay, guys, I'm ready.
There you go.
April Fool's my goosebumps. They meant skiing all right, water skiing in 35-degree water and 30-degree air. It was the Foothills Water Ski Club's 11th annual Come Hell or High Water April Fool's Ski Party. While the smart ones stayed by the fire, a half dozen made the icy trip around the lake, including 13-year-old Eric Jean. What did you think when they first told you about coming out here and doing this on April 1st?
They were crazy.
Yeah, and now you're one of them, huh?
I guess.
You ever have second thoughts maybe the night before?
No, probably the night after.
I'm getting close to 60, and I think we just have to show we can do it.
If she could do it, so could I. After all, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I got in the water and quickly turned blue. This is the coldest I've ever been in my life. Despite the freezing temperatures, no one suffered any ill effects from their annual lunacy. And they say they'll be back next year to once again make April Fools of themselves. But next year, there'll be one less fool. I'm going back to the fire.
Tough way to make a living. I'm glad I don't do those kind of stories. Nice bit for Steve Alvarez. He did not suffer any frostbite, so please don't send him any cards or letters for that matter. All right.
And as Steve commented, he won't be back next year. Well, as we observe, we may not. Life is full of disappointments. And as we enter our last year of enjoyment, we do so with the pleasant memories of 11 glorious years of fun and fellowship that will never be erased. The friendships and conviviality that is developed will mark our years of association with a warmth that will rekindle the fires of the privileges we have shared together for years to come. And now for that big year of 1983, we will continue to have fun and make this the best year ever. And continued adherence to our rules and regulations, trash removal, proper registration, gas ticket accounting, etc., and the general maintenance and security of the area. Our responsibility to each other and our lessor, the city of Lakewood, continues in 1983 as we consider the legacy of what the public will enjoy that we have been so privileged to have privately as the Foothills Water Ski Club. Let's make sure we are gone but never forgotten. Bert and Bud Hall, Commodore and President, Foothills Water Ski Club. Bye-bye.